Hi everybody, it's Patty Davis with Crooked Tree Creations. I am so excited. I'm going to try something new. Well, it's not really new. I'm going to do another daisy chain petal wreath, but I was thinking fall, but I think this is probably going to work out where it can be any time of the year. So I have this turquoise 10-inch poly burlap. I'm going to cut it into 10-inch pieces just using a rotary cutter, because with the daisy chain petal there are no sides are going to be seen, so you're going to be good. But I want to use the turquoise, black, yeah, ivory or cream, and then I was thinking of using this natural color, but then I got to thinking I really want to use animal print. So let's try this with the animal print. I think it's going to look fantastic. Let's get started. Okay, so for this wreath, I am going to use a 10-inch wire form. I will give you the link in the description on where to get all these supplies here. But I have this 10-inch form. And what I'm going to do, I am going to trace a circle onto this plastic canvas. I got this plastic canvas at Joann Fabrics, but you can get it at Hobby Lobby. You can get it at Michael's. It's in your yarn section. Just make sure you get the 5 mesh and not the 7 mesh. The 5 mesh has larger holes, which helps a lot with your zip ties. Okay. And all you want to do is trace out a circle using your Sharpie, okay, right here in the center. Cut this out, and I like to use 4-inch zip ties to attach that to the center of your wire form. Now, I like to just do one per section. Okay, so I have this plastic canvas attached to the form now, and you're probably wondering what in the heck, there is a circle that I traced out a circle on here, believe it or not, just using a paint can lid from this paint can. I just kind of traced out a circle. I like to use guidelines just so I know kind of where I am as I'm going in towards the center, things like that. It just kind of helps me out. So I may not actually use that to put my zip ties on, but I will just use it as a guide to know if I want to be in from it, you know, or out from it. It just depends. Okay, so I have this form ready. It's ready to go. Now I just want to show you how I'm going to make the petals. These daisy chain petals were made by, first made by J Cat's Creations. I saw her video on here, a few months ago, and just very, very impressed. So what I'm going to do, I have this cut at 10 by 10, then I have both the black and I have this turquoise blue. I'm just going to show you how I do both of those, okay? I am going to first start with this black 10 by 10 piece. It doesn't matter which way you have it. I try to keep them the same way. I don't know if it really matters, but I'm just going to bring the corner up, okay? And you see you got the triangle. Bring this down, leave about a 1/2 inch from where the corner, so it does not actually meet the end here, okay, the folded edge. I want it a good 1/2 inch, then bring this down again, still leaving at least 1/4 inch. Okay, now this mesh was cut with a rotary cutter, because you're not going to see the edges. So we'll see how I fold this in half. Okay, and I'm just going to take this. I just use a chip clip, whatever you have on hand. Then I'm going to do the exact same thing with the blue. Okay, I'm going to take it up, bring it down, leave about a ½ inch, bring it down again. This time it's about a ½ inch, and fold it. And the reason you want that ½ inch, because you don't want that sticking out. And when you kind of end up folding it and stuff, it does eventually kind of meet. So you want it to start out like at least a ½ inch out from there. Okay, and then there you go. So I have both of these pieces here. This black is going to go on the outside of these petals. So see, this has the double side. Okay, we want that to go towards the back. This single folded side is going to be the front. So I'm going to take this off and just kind of put it around whatever color you want for the inside. Here I'm using this turquoise blue. Okay, and then I'm going to secure it. What I like to do, I like to measure. Okay, I want it to be 6 inches from the top. And then I secure it with a zip tie. You can use a rubber band. It does not matter. Use whatever your heart desires. And then I'm going to cut this off the bottom. Okay. So there is your petal. Now I'm going to show you another petal that I'm going to use. This jute mesh. I'm going to cut this the same way, 10 by 10 piece, and I'm going to fold it up the same way as I did the others. Okay, so I have it just like this, another piece. Okay, I also have another black piece. The only thing is, I am adding this ribbon. I got this ribbon from Craft Outlet last year. I thought it was absolutely gorgeous. So I'm going to cut this at 14 inches. Okay. Then I'm going to put this piece, this ribbon, right over top of this jute. I'm just basically using this jute kind of as a little backing. This ribbon could probably stand to be on its own, but I think I'm just kind of wanted to use that as a little extra insurance, I guess. Okay, so I'm just going to put this black over top of there. Again, making sure that the one-sided fold is facing the front. Okay, and then I am going to make sure I'm at 6 inches. And there you go. So that's just the same thing with a ribbon added to it, just to give it a little extra. And then cut that off, and we are ready to assemble. So for these outer petals, I'm going to alternate between this animal print and this here with the that's just cream and black. So I'm going to alternate back and forth. I was just afraid that this with the animal print was going to be just a little bit too dark. So we'll see how this works. Who knows? But what I'm going to do, I'm going to take a 6-inch zip tie, kind of get that started. Again, making sure that which side is going to be the front, which side's the back. Again, that has the double folded edge. We want that to go towards the back. So I'm going to put this in. Okay. Now see how the way I put that zip tie in, it kind of wants to go one way. I'm going to cut this. Then I'm going to go ahead and put zip tie in so it kind of crisscrosses with the other. Yes, that means we are going to use double the amount of zip ties, but that straightened it right up. Okay, so I'm going to move that over, and I'm going to do the same thing with this cream. Since I put that in this way this time, I'm gonna put the zip tie in this way so it crisscrosses. And that will make them stand straight. Okay, now I'm gonna put 4 per section, and then going to go all the way around. Again, 4 per section, so that will be 20 petals altogether. Okay, I will meet you back here. Okay, so we have this first row done. I think this looks adorable. So I am going to now put the petal with the blue in here. And I actually noticed that this guideline that I made for myself with that paint can lid, it is not quite center, but I'm still going to kind of use it. I know that I counted how many holes from from there to the line. There's 8 on this side, only 6 on this side. So yeah, okay. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go kind of, I guess, in from this side. If it was centered, I would probably use the exact line, because I think that's going to end up being pretty good. I'm not sure how many this is going to use. I have 8 cut. I have a feeling it's probably going to be more like 11. So we'll see. Well, you know, I'll just have to make more if 8 isn't enough. And I am going to also, I'm going to stick right next to where I came out the other side. So I'm going to be extremely close with these simply because we want these petals to be touching. We don't really want much space in between them. Okay, I'm going to keep going all the way around, and we'll see how many we need by the time we get done with this. Okay, so this is where we are. I got this inner row done. I think it looks fantastic, doesn't it? I love these colors together. This is what it looks like from the back. You can see this is pretty much almost a perfect circle. And you can see I got those crisscross ties all the way around on the outer row. So I think this looks great. What I'm going to do for a center, just to kind of keep the rusticness kind of going with that animal print, I'm going to just go ahead and do my burlap center. I'm going to set this aside. I'm going to use this styrofoam disc. You can get 2 of these at your Dollar Tree. 2 comes in a pack for the $1.25. And I'm going to just use this burlap on top of this. You're going to need some greening pins. I'm going to cut the greening pins down. Let me show you real quick. Okay, see this greening pin? It's kind of long. And so I'm going to cut it down. I'm going to cut maybe an inch off of it, half an inch at least, just so that whenever I stick it in here, it's not going to come out the other side. So you're going to need greening pins, you're going to need some hot glue, and this. Also, I am going to just take a sharp knife, trim down the edges of the top around here just to kind of round it out, and then take some sandpaper, or believe it or not, you can use another styrofoam round to sand it down and kind of make it a little bit smoother. It doesn't have to be perfect or anything like that, just so it's a little bit rounded out and you'll be good. Okay, so I will be right back after I get this trimmed down. Okay, so before I actually start putting the burlap on here, I am going to put some wire through the styrofoam so that we can attach it to the back of our wreath. I am using this stem wire that I got from Joann Fabrics. I will explain, there are 2 different sizes. I cannot find anywhere on here where it has a size or anything like that. I mean, they're all 18 inches, but there's 2 different thickness wire. Make sure you get the thinner wire. It'll be a lot easier for you to work with. The other will work, but it'll be a little more difficult. So make sure you pay attention to how thick it looks and use that. Now this, it's 18 inches. I just cut it in half. It's only 9 inches long. It'll be plenty long enough. I'm cheap. I want everything to go as far as it possibly can. You know, I want my money to go as far as it possibly can. So just stick that right through the middle there. Okay, it's coming out the other end. Just kind of bend it to the sides like that. Okay, so I have my styrofoam disc. I shaved it down. And you know, you can see it's not exactly perfect, but it's just a little bit smoother around that top edge. I have my wire put in here. Okay, and I kind of folded it back to the side so it's kind of out of the way. Now this burlap I got from, I believe, Craft Outlet. I can't remember. I'm next to positive it was Craft Outlet. It is 6 inches long and it's a nice darker brown. The burlap that you get from Walmart is a little bit too light for me. I don't prefer that color brown. I love this dark brown. But anyhow, I want to kind of just roll this burlap up in this corner. I'm just going to take my floral pin or greening pin, whatever you want to call it, that I trimmed down, and just kind of put it right through the center. Then I'm going to keep rolling and kind of make sure I go over top of that pin, so, and just hot gluing it as I go. And you just want to keep twisting, spinning, spiraling all the way around, and just glue it down. Okay, so you're seeing just that little bit of the edge now. So still kind of want to go over that. Just gluing every once in a while. Don't burn yourself. We're almost to the end, so I'm just going to cut this off. Kind of get this last bit of glue on here. And take one of my floral pins and just kind of at an angle yep. If you can get that in. Sometimes that burlap can be a little hard to get through. There we go. We got that in pretty good. And just to make sure it's good and secure, I'll do a second one. Okay. and fix any spots. See, I kind of missed that right there. Just kind of go with the glue carefully. Bring that up. Okay, and that is our center. I'm going to pull this back up, and we are just going to put these through the center of the wreath. Let's fix that too. This needs fixed here. We don't want any of this white showing, so even if it's just a little bit of that burlap, without burning yourself. And this is kind of sticking out. I'm just going to trim that off. Okay, I think we're good. Let's get this on the center of our wreath. Okay, so here we are on the home stretch. And I am going to put this center through the center of our wreath. Now, if you wanted to, you could use one of those regular sunflower centers that you can buy. You would just put some wire on the back of it and kind of put that on there. The yellow with that, I just didn't care for. So I just opted to go with a regular burlap. You could even use a black rope because that would go with the black. So just whatever you feel you wanted to do. But I'm going to go ahead and put these wires right through that center. Okay. And we got one through there. Okay, yeah, I got both from here. Okay, and because I put it down to 9 inches, it's not quite as long, but just pull on it and twist it. And bring that back around to the front. And I think this is looking great. I love it. So this is 20 inches wide, so it's perfect for a door, but it's also perfect for any room in your house. Great for a nursing home, right? So I love it. I love the colors. I love the animal print. It's fantastic. I just wanted to thank you so much for joining me and watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you can see more videos like this. My name is Patty Davis. I'm with Crooked Tree Creations, and I will see you in our next video.